If it is possible to imagine that the dust has already settled on Piere Strydom's 5,000th winner on active war at Kenilworth yesterday afternoon, we are now at Cape Town International Airport awaiting the impending arrival of Piere Strydom and his fiancée Claudia, if that's correct, and of course Hecky and Jennifer Strydom, who flew in from Port Elizabeth to experience this benchmark, this watershed, this milestone in Piere Strydom's life. Let's catch up with Piere now and congratulate him on this incredible achievement and find out how it has sunk in 24 hours later after this wonderful, incredible South African horse racing achievement.
Andrew, it's got to be probably the most special day for me. Why I'm saying is that it's not just one event. It's been 33 years of riding and finally getting to a goal that no one else has done in South Africa. I think no one else in the world's done except for the North Americans. But not only that, I've won Julys and I've won the Met and I've won on JJ, the jet plane overseas, but I've never had response like I've had now. I've had SMSs, WhatsApp, phone calls, and it's just not stopping. I'm trying to catch a plane and constantly I've got to keep having a look at my phone. The response I've had from people has been unbelievable, and obviously it's fantastic to know that it doesn't only mean a lot to me, but it means a lot to other people as well.
Well, you see, the thing is that horse racing sometimes ends up in the headlines for the wrong reasons, rather than the sport. This is a true sporting achievement. It's nothing to do with money.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Obviously, the money, the success comes with it. I'm just glad that I'm the first one to have got to that figure. Who knows in the future? Maybe someone else will get there. But actually, a couple of us were working it out last night. If I rode for 20 years and rode 200 winners a season, it would give me 4,000 wins. That's still 1,000 short. So I really been blessed to have been on top of my game for so long. And you've got to take into account injuries, suspensions. So really been blessed.
If anybody doesn't respect what Marcus Jooste has done for South African horse racing with his wife Ingrid and his team, they're either stupid or jealous. But it is so appropriate that you should have ridden this very special horse, because we believe he has Group 1 stamped all over him. He must have given you a good feel, and it must have been a very beautiful way for the whole thing to come to fruition.
Yeah, actually, Louis brought it up that it's amazing that I've got to the 5,000 winners on a good horse like Act of War and riding in the Marcus Jooste colours. I mean, they've just been so good for racing, and what a great team. Win or lose, it's part of racing, and I've never seen sour grapes from that team. So it was like it just seemed to work out that everything came together at that race. I had a lot of people saying, try and win on Louis the King, your 5,000 winner.
Yeah.
Wow, that means
it's a bit of a long wait.
It's a long wait, and I'm not going to ride any winners and not an income. So what more could I ask for, that it all happened on this particular race and on such a good horse.
And of course this international connection, the Selangor Cup, they'll take the news back to their country, and it'll spread far and wider than it would have been if it had just been a normal South African race.
For sure, and don't forget, last weekend we had the international races, and everyone was reminded all the time, I'm going for 5,000 winners, and the jockeys were, wow, you've only got 1 or 2 to go, so even they took note of it, and it's nice that they could be part of it.
Well, I feel like I've just skimmed the surface. I thank you very much for availing us of your time. Good luck with the onslaught of media interest in this incredible achievement. We are so proud of you, and have a safe journey home with Clouds.
Thank you, Andrew, but don't forget, it's not over yet. Got 5,000, still got work to do. Next goal, I need to ride 72 more winners locally, because then I know I've ridden 5,000 in South Africa. And obviously from there, then I don't know what else I need to do, but also getting a bit on now, but I haven't given up yet.
They're about to spin into the stretch. They have 4:50 left of the line. The pacemaking Cotton Hill is out in front. Active War quick to move in and challenge. Generalissimo's right there along the inside. ML Jet towards the outside. Active War, he's moving well as he comes forward to pick it up in the centre. Generalissimo is trying to make a race of it. Kingvoldt is in behind that. Balance Sheet is also starting to run on late. It's Active War in front. Striker looking for number 5,000. He has it by a length and a half. It's Active War. Kingvoldt doing what he can, but they won't deny Active War. Active War goes on to win from Kingvoldt, ML Jet and Balance Sheet. They were followed by Cotton Hill behind that, Generalissimo and Catkin.
Deep down, you would love to have had your 5,000th winner on a really quality individual, and I think you've got what you were asking for. Just face head on, because we don't want to miss you for 5,000. Andrew Bond and the team want to make sure that they get you. It's a huge achievement. Congratulations. What's going through Piere Strydom's mind right now?
Finally. Obviously, I try not to put myself under pressure, but, you've got the journalists coming, our fiancé and kids, every meeting, hoping we're going to make it,
And it's very emotional for you. I can see it is. Ladies and gentlemen, blew it up for Piere Strydom. It is remarkable, Matty. It is wonderful. And you've had them all here. And we love you. Since the days when you rode in the Eastern Cape, if I can go back there to the days when you first came to Johannesburg, you rode for Brett Warren. You've ridden for the best. You've ridden some of the best. But did you ever think you'd make this 5,000 milestone?
No, I just wanted to do well. And if I did well enough that I could set myself goals, you start off with champion apprentice, and then you're hoping it goes from there. But I just have to thank every single trainer, owner. I've been hired and fired so many times, but I still thank you because if I missed out one of your rides, I wouldn't be at 5,000. So thank you so much, and I hope I can keep going for a while longer.
Yeah, you got a long way to go, matey. There's plenty more. Give us a big of a hug. From all the punters out there, for all the favours you've done, and all the great horses you've ridden, whether it be Variety Club or this one. Stay with us, please. I know you want to run. You go over there to that lovely lady who wants to give you a hug, but you're not going anywhere, because I know Clive and the team want to give you some congratulations.
I think this today is about Piere. Isn't it fantastic to have a sportsman like this in our country and to have achieved what he has achieved? And it's unbelievable to ride 5,000 winners. Our country is really privileged to have sportsmen of this caliber. In any world terms, a champion, so I think he would have achieved success in any country in the world. And a lot of jockeys, as you know, go offshore. And I think it's fantastic that we have somebody of Pierre's caliber riding in our country. So well done to him and his family, and it's a fantastic achievement. Look, Derek makes this a fantastic experience for us, and he's a real professional. And he changed our racing life, so it's fantastic what he does. And obviously also to Craig and Amanda that bred this horse. Fantastic to be able to have such a champion horse from such special people, and that's all part of the racing family that makes racing such a special sport.
No, man, what I can say, is I'm so happy to think my son had his 5,000 winners. It was yesterday. I made a special trip, me and my wife, to come and support him, but unfortunately we got there a bit late, but we arrived.
Well, better late than never.
Exactly.
And we've seen exactly how you nurtured Piere in Port Elizabeth, the things you taught him, the things you've taught Jacques. It's a racing dynasty in its own right, and I'd have to say that he must be the king of this incredible castle as a consequence of what he's achieved.
Of course, definitely. To think he was so clever in school. He wanted to be first in the class, and eventually I sent him to Joburg for a holiday. And in the meantime, I wrote him in for apprenticeship, and then the next minute I asked my brother-in-law to take him direct to the Jockey Academy, and I spoke to his principal, and I said, listen, he won't be coming back. He's going for a jockey. He said, how can a clever boy like that become a jockey? I said, but listen, we got to have clever jockeys. And that's how I landed up as an apprentice, yeah.
Well, it's absolutely amazing, Andrew. For Piere to crack 5,000 winners, horse racing stats on their own, 5,000 wins, absolutely incredible. It must be 1,000 ahead of the nearest guy here. But across to the two-wheel sport that I come from, the tactics are quite similar in horse racing as in cycling. And Piere is a real disciple, I think, of near cycling tactics. He hides out of the wind, he challenges late, he does all those sort of things. So I've had a particular interest in his racing career. Well, obviously cycling's my business. But talking statistics against the 5,000 wins, I've had the absolute privilege and pleasure of introducing the world's greatest cyclist on an occasion, Eddie Merckx. He won absolutely everything. 5 Tour de France, 5,000 wins Piere Strydom. 5 Giros d'Italia, 5,000 wins Piere Strydom. And of course, Merckx ended up on 535 overall victories. And that was scooping everything over 20 years in cycling terms. So that puts perspective to this. Likewise, Malcolm Langer, I had the privilege as well of emceeing his 407 win big dinner that we had. 407 wins over 20 years for Malcolm Langer, and he scooped virtually everything in his career here. So that just really puts perspective to how much scooping Piere Striker must have done in the world of the equine life.